Two men sat down to write the truth about power, about human nature, and about what it actually takes to survive in a world full of people who will use you the moment you let them. One of them became history's most admired philosopher-emperor. The other became history's most feared political thinker. And the debate between their two worldviews has never been more relevant than it is right now, in a world that punishes naivety and rewards ruthlessness on a daily basis. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote that a ruler who insists on being good at all times will come to ruin among the many who are not good. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Two philosophers, the same observation about the corruption of the world, completely opposite conclusions about how to respond to it. This video is not a surface-level comparison of two famous names. We are going into the exact points where their philosophies collide, and we are going to examine what that collision means for the decisions you make every day about how to operate in your career, your relationships, and your inner life. Stay with me until the end, because the answer to this debate is not what either camp wants you to believe. Here is what the debate always misses. Machiavelli and Marcus Aurelius were both writing survival manuals. They were both studying the same collapsed, corrupted, treacherous world. And buried inside their apparent disagreement is a point of convergence so precise that when you see it, it reframes everything you thought you knew about the choice between power and virtue. We will get there, but first you need to understand where they actually differ and why both of them were right about different things. The real disagreement. The argument most people make about these two thinkers goes like this. Machiavelli was cynical and believed the ends justify the means. Marcus Aurelius was virtuous and believed the process matters more than the outcome. One is for realists, the other is for idealists. This framing is not just incomplete, it is factually wrong about both men. Machiavelli was not amoral, he was situationally moral, which is a crucial and almost never discussed distinction. In his lesser-read work, The Discourses on Livy, Machiavelli openly praises republican virtue, civic duty, and the kind of moral community that produces enduring greatness. He was not against virtue. He was against the assumption that virtue would protect you in an environment where your competitors had abandoned it. His argument in The Prince was not about what is ideal, it was about what is survivable. Marcus Aurelius, on the other side, was not simply a virtuous philosopher sitting above the dirt of real governance. He executed people. He waged prolonged, grinding wars on the Danube frontier that cost tens of thousands of lives. He presided over the persecution of early Christians during parts of his reign, a historical fact that admirers of the Meditations routinely ignore. The man who wrote about universal brotherhood and the shared logos of all humanity was simultaneously making decisions that caused enormous suffering. Machiavelli says, "Virtue is a real good, but in a world of bad actors, performing virtue without the capacity for force is not nobility, it is vulnerability dressed as principle." Marcus Aurelius says, "Force applied without virtue corrupts the one wielding it first." The external world is not the battlefield that matters, the inner world is. The real disagreement between them is not ethics versus power. The real disagreement is about where the decisive battlefield is located. Machiavelli believed the decisive battlefield is external. It is the political arena, the court, the marketplace, the social hierarchy. Win there and everything else follows. Marcus Aurelius believed the decisive battlefield is internal. Govern yourself first, and external outcomes become secondary to the integrity of how you engaged with them. What both understand about human nature, here is the point of convergence that the debate almost always misses. Both Machiavelli and Marcus Aurelius agreed completely about human nature. They agreed that the average person operates from a place of appetite, fear, and short-sighted personal interest. They agreed that the world will not rearrange itself around your values. Machiavelli opens The Prince with the observation that men in general judge more by their eyes than by their hands. People respond to appearance. They respond to perceived strength. They respond to what they can see and measure, not to the invisible quality of your character. This is not a cynical invention. This is an accurate anthropological observation that Marcus Aurelius also makes in the Meditations, though he wraps it in different language. Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that the deceiver will never lack those who let themselves be deceived. Niccolò Machiavelli, The Prince. Marcus Aurelius writes in Book 2 of the Meditations that when you wake each morning, you should expect to meet people governed by ignorance of what is truly good. He is describing the same population as Machiavelli, people operating from a corrupted or undeveloped rational faculty, easily led by appetite, easily exploited by those who understand them. Where they diverge is in what you do with that understanding. Machiavelli says you use that knowledge to position yourself advantageously. You learn how people can be managed, influenced, and, if necessary, deceived, because everyone else in the arena already knows this and is already doing it to you. Marcus Aurelius says you use that knowledge to protect your compassion. You understand why people behave as they do, so that their behavior cannot corrupt your response to it. You see the corruption clearly, and you refuse to become it. The modern ethical question this creates is this: in a world where Machiavellian players exist at scale, in corporate environments, in politics, in personal relationships, is the Stoic approach of Marcus Aurelius a principled strength or a calculated blindness? And this is where the debate becomes genuinely uncomfortable, because the honest answer is neither fully yes nor fully no. The modern ethics verdict. The failure of the Machiavellian framework in the modern world is not that it is wrong about human nature, it is that it is wrong about what sustained excellence requires over time. Machiavelli was analyzing political power in Renaissance Italy, a context defined by short cycles of dominance, frequent violent overthrow, and a total absence of institutional continuity. In that environment, the ability to adapt your ethics to circumstances was genuinely a survival requirement. A ruler in 15th century Florence who held rigidly to principle while surrounded by strategically flexible enemies was likely to be removed by one of them. But the modern world operates on different timescales and different accountability structures. Research into organizational behavior, leadership sustainability, and enduring institutional performance consistently shows that the reputational and relational costs of operating without ethical consistency accumulate in ways that immediate strategic gains cannot compensate for. The Machiavellian approach produces what researchers now call trust debt. You win the immediate engagement, but you pay compound interest on the relationships you damaged to win it. Marcus Aurelius, without any access to that data, arrived at the same conclusion through philosophical logic. In Book 9 of the Meditations, he writes that the person who acts unjustly acts against themselves first, not as a moral punishment imposed from outside, as a direct consequence of the corruption of the rational faculty that every harmful action produces in the person who commits it. You damage yourself before you damage anyone else. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations, Book 5. And here is the deepest point of the entire debate, the one that almost no philosophical comparison of these two thinkers ever reaches. Machiavelli's framework requires you to outsource your sense of security to external outcomes. You are safe when you are in power. You are effective when others comply. You are validated when the strategy works. Your stability is entirely dependent on conditions you cannot fully control. Marcus Aurelius's framework requires you to locate security inside the quality of your own rational engagement with each situation, regardless of what that situation produces. Your stability is not dependent on outcomes, it is dependent on process, on whether you engaged with full integrity, clear judgment, and genuine alignment with your rational nature. No external shift can take that away from you. No defeat, no betrayal, no collapsed strategy can reach it. The modern ethical debate ultimately comes down to this question: do you want a framework that gives you the best chance of winning external competitions, with all the instability and corruption that entails over time? Or do you want a framework that makes you genuinely unconquerable from the inside, while still allowing you to operate with full clarity and authority in the external world? Machiavelli gives you the first, Marcus Aurelius gives you the second. And the most sophisticated operators in the modern world eventually discover that you need to understand Machiavelli thoroughly and choose Marcus Aurelius deliberately, not from ignorance of what the world is, from full knowledge of what it costs to become it.
Machiavelli was not your enemy. Marcus Aurelius was not your therapist. They were two of the sharpest minds in recorded history, studying the same broken world and producing two frameworks that, used separately, each have dangerous blind spots. Understand Machiavelli, and you will never be naive about the motivations of the people around you. You will read situations accurately. You will understand how power actually moves. You will not be caught unprepared by the reality that some people are operating without the ethical constraints you assumed they had. Choose Marcus Aurelius, and you will never be corroded by that understanding. You will carry the clarity of Machiavelli without becoming what you are studying. You will be informed by cynicism without being governed by it. And you will build the kind of inner stability that no external result, positive or catastrophic, can dismantle. That combination is not a philosophical luxury. In the world you are actually living in right now, it is the most practical set of tools you can possess. This is the rational soul. If this video challenged the way you think about power, ethics, and what it costs to operate in a world that does not reward honesty by default, then you already know this channel belongs in your life. We go deep here. We go rare. Subscribe and turn on notifications. The next video is already coming for you. Subscribe to The Rational Soul now.